Pisces, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of December. Unbelievably, the final month of this year, which has been an unforgettable year and really difficult working within very confining restrictions in the age of Capricorn, and we're about to embark on the age of Aquarius, and it's a huge month to a huge year, huge conclusion to a huge year. So at the end of November, there is a lunar eclipse that takes place at 8 degrees and 38 minutes of Gemini. And this falls in your house of romance and creativity and self-expression. And hopefully it brings some conclusion or completion to a creative project you've been working on. Maybe you've been dating somebody and it takes the relationship to another level. But we are in eclipse season, and eclipses are like wild cards. You know, it's going to be a lot of action and activity and a sense of urgency. And there are major beginnings and major endings during eclipses, and they often happen in a really quick manner. And the other thing too is that eclipses often uncover hidden information that we never knew about, or they make us see things in a way that we've never seen before. And this eclipse in Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of information. So we can expect to be getting a lot of information in the month of December. And the other thing too is that the ruler of your sign, Neptune, stations direct on November 28th at 18 degrees of Pisces. And this is transiting in your first house of self. So again, Neptune, while you're a very sensitive sign, you know this. Neptune rules dreams and emotions and the imagination. And there's going to be a very emotional tone to the beginning of December, and we're in eclipse season, and a lunar eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. So a lot of emotional energy that we have, you know, in store. So on the 1st of December, Mercury, which has been transiting in Scorpio for the majority of the fall in your house of belief systems and learning and teaching and manifesting, exits Scorpio and enters the sign of Sagittarius, where it'll be transiting in your house of career until December 20th. And this is good for projects, for partnering with others, for all forms of communication. And then on the 5th of December, Venus, which is still transiting in the sign of Scorpio, again in your house of belief systems and publishing and promotion, forms a beautiful trine to Neptune in your sign. And that's a very romantic energy, but it's excellent if you're promoting yourself, if you're publicizing yourself, if you're doing any writing, if you're thinking of getting published. Very creative and romantic energy, and we need that. And then on the 9th of December, the sun, which is transiting in the sign of Sagittarius in your house of career, squares Neptune in your sign. And that can be, maybe there's a little confusion at work, feeling a little bit tired. Use the manifesting energy. You know this as a Pisces, that really to manifest you have to believe it's true, and you have such a vivid imagination. Really tap into that, and to whatever faith or belief you have, tap into that manifesting ability, because we can't lose sight of hope and faith in this time. On the 13th of December, which is the day before the total solar eclipse, Mercury, which is also transiting in Sagittarius in your house of career, squares Neptune in your sign. Again, information, maybe some confusion or deception gets uncovered. This is the day before a total solar eclipse that falls in your house of career. So you can expect, again, a lot of stuff around professional matters, a lot of news around that time. I imagine there will be in our own lives, but also on the world stage, deception or, information that gets uncovered at that time. But this is going to be very powerful for tapping into your intuition. And this total solar eclipse occurs on the 14th of December at 11:17 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's at 23 degrees and 8 minutes of Sagittarius. And this is ruled by the planet Jupiter, the luckiest planet. And it's a total solar eclipse in your house of career and life goals and public reputation. And this is major for manifesting. This is a really powerful new moon eclipse. Set intentions, do the law of abundance. It's falling in one of the most important houses of the chart because it's an angular, action-oriented chart. It's your house of career and public reputation. Definitely, set some intentions, write down some things you want to initiate in your life. And on the following day, on the 15th of December, I just got distracted. Venus forms a beautiful sextile to Saturn in Capricorn, and all the Capricorn story of reconstruction and structuring goals and letting go of old structures has been in your house of friends and networking. So figuring out who your tribe is and with whom you want to align, and also again, if you're networking, if you're promoting yourself, this has been a big focus for you with the Capricorn story of really figuring out how to publicize yourself and promote yourself with social media and technology, but also the sense of connection and community, because we are headed for the real age of Aquarius, and that's going to be a big theme for all of us, every one of us. And you've already been dealing with that because the planets in Capricorn, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, which have really been about this whole reconstruction, has been in your house, the house that's associated with Aquarius, community, technology, networking, and enlightenment. And that's the other thing. We seek enlightenment, hopefully, in all of this. So we've got on the 15th of December, Chiron, the wounded healer, stations direct at 5 degrees of Aries. And this falls in your second house of income and how you earn money and what you value. And for you, also figuring out what you want to create, and then also figuring out your wounds around your value, with Chiron. That's in Aries, it's very much about our vulnerability around ego and identity. And on the 16th or the 17th of December, depending on where you live, Saturn leaves the sign of Capricorn, where it's been transiting in your house of friends and community since December 20th of 2017, and it enters your house of endings and the subconscious mind, and it'll be transiting there on and off until March of 2023. And this is really wrapping up things in your life this next few years of what you need to let go of. If there are really old, distant memories that are bothering you, that are coming up in various ways, old habits, there'll be things you'll be saying goodbye to in the next few years, and preparing for a big time when Saturn enters your sign in March of 2023. It'll briefly enter before that, but that's really when it'll be transiting, starting in March of 2023. So wrapping up certain things that need to get let go of, and that you'll be figuring out in the next couple of years. And also Jupiter, which is the luckiest planet, enters Aquarius on December 19th, and it's going to be transiting there on and off until December 29th of next year. Now, you're the only sign I'm telling this to because there's so much information to give, but Jupiter moves so quickly next year that it actually enters your sign in the middle of May, on May 14th 19th, it enters Pisces, and it's going to get as far as 2 degrees at Pisces, and then it will re-enter Aquarius at the end of July on the 29th. So you get a brief preview of Jupiter transiting in your first house of new beginnings and all the possibilities that that will entail. And you get a little preview over the summer, and then it'll come to your sign on December 29th next year. But in the interim, you have it transiting in your house of the imagination, of healing work, of manifesting, a lot of creative possibility in 2021 as it transits in Aquarius. As you're wrapping up, things are releasing, but also a lot of manifesting with community and your own creativity, because you're such a creative sign. And on the 20th of December, Mercury leaves the sign of Scorpio and enters the sign of Capricorn, and Sagittarius, and enters the sign of Capricorn, where it'll be transiting in your house of friends and groups and networking, and it'll be there until January 8th. And if you're looking for a job, or if you have your own business, a great time for promoting yourself. And on the 21st of December, we have the winter solstice. The sun stands still and stops in the sky for 3 days, and we honor the year we've had, the people that we love that are with us and that are no longer with us, the crazy year we've all had, and hopefully the healing and potential and hope that lies ahead of us in 2021, and honoring what we want that to be for all of us. And that happens at 5:02 a.m. Eastern Time. The sun enters your house of friends and networking. But the big deal of that day is later in the day at 1:21 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturn and Jupiter convene at 0 degrees and 29 minutes of Aquarius in your house of the imagination, and they form what's known as a great cycle. They meet up every 20 years, and this is about infinite possibility. This is about futuristic thinking, about community and connection, about helping one another and really aligning with each other, and I think, and seeking enlightenment. And I think this is really exciting for all of us, the real age of Aquarius. And this is such a big deal, you know. And then on the 24th of December, we have Mercury transiting in your house of friends and groups, and it forms a beautiful trine to Uranus and Taurus, and that's a really innovative energy, good for networking with friends and such. And then we have on the 25th or the 26th, the sun in Capricorn forms a square to Chiron, the wounded healer, and there could be wounds around friends, maybe people you've lost in your life, or people that are unavailable at this time, because we're all going through some form of PTSD with this. And so there's that energy as well that we're all reconciling. And then on the 27th of December, the sun in Capricorn forms a beautiful trine to Uranus, showing us the possibility, the infinite innovation and possibility available with the age of Aquarius. On the 29th of December, we have a full moon that takes place at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Time at 8 degrees and 53 minutes of Cancer, and that's the sign it rules, and that falls in your house of romance and children and creativity, and it could bring some completion. Maybe you're dating somebody and it takes another level. You know, the moon is in the sign it rules, and it's 2 days before the ending of the year, and we've all had such a difficult year, so I imagine it's going to be an emotional full moon. But it's the ending of the Capricorn Cancer eclipses, because we had our final eclipses in those signs over the summer, and we're saying goodbye to the age of Capricorn. We're okay. We're okay with that, I think. And then on the 31st of December, the moon is transiting in the sign of Leo, and this is in your house of habits and work and daily routine, and it forms a trine to Chiron, the wounded healer. And I think that's also a really positive message about the age of Aquarius, that we're opening up our heart because the moon, Leo rules the heart chakra, and through love we will heal the wounds, and we'll come together. Pisces, I wish you a very good, happy new year, and take care, and thank you. Okay, bye-bye.